Hey everybody, I was going to just make a quick video and talk a little bit about the group project stuff. I think that today's assignment is pretty self-explanatory, but I just want to take a moment to encourage you to really spend some time on this part because it really is the most fun part. I think creativity has been defined as the reorganization of previous ideas, and this is the time when you can be creative, especially as a group, and take a lot of disparate ideas and rearrange them and maybe come up with something really interesting and really creative. Whenever we do this with the winter guards, I tell the color guard class every single year that if they come up with something really good, a really creative new idea or a reorganization of ideas into something new, then I'll go and try to use that somewhere. I've had shows that were created in color guard class that were used by winter guards and winter ensembles and marching bands. So, and if we use your idea and it is your idea, then I will even put your name on it and you can be on staff. But I've seen some really cool ideas so far. I've seen from you guys, a suggestion of a train show with stuff like Sam Hazo's Ride, which makes sense because you're riding, but also a little Crazy Train. Great idea. I've seen some people put some shows out that are kind of based off of movies, like The Greatest Showman, Titanic, Pirates of the Caribbean. Those are great inspirations. You got to be careful because you don't have all of the tools that a movie director has. I saw a show from one group that was talking about it like some sort of Western show. They called it Standoff at Noon. It had some cool sound effects. I think that's great. A really great place to start. That's kind of what we built the show here in 2014, 15, 14? 14 around. When we did Outlaws. And then I saw a group that had a doctor show, which is very good right now. You may not be able to get masks for your show because apparently those are going to be out forever. But I really encourage you to make a list, let your group put in, and really go nuts. Like, do the craziest ideas. Like, I have over on my screen here open up to some of you I think already discovered this because some of you got the names of the shows and the shows I sent really accurately. So you got that from somewhere because I didn't even know those tunes. Some of you may have stumbled onto dcxmuseum.org. It's just a little site that keeps track of drum corps shows. And just looking here, the Santa Clara Babylon show came from My Body as a Cage. I think that's where it came from. But in creating that cage, they created a cityscape, and that's actually what I based the show off of. So I think that that was a really cool way. If any of you are looking into doing a show like Greatest Showman or Titanic, something that's already been done as a movie, you could look at the Les Miserables show that Santa Clara did. Let's see, when did they do that? They did that in 2013. They kind of took just some interesting parts of the musical and recreated them. Looking here, Santa Clara did a show called Eureka. I actually really like it. It's one of my favorite Santa Clara shows. And it was just about moments where creation happened. It's kind of hard to do, but they pulled it off. Similarly, they did a show called The Spark of Invention, which was just inventions, including things like a Bach invention, which is a type of musical work that Bach made, to Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka. Lots of really good shows. Similarly to the Les Mis show, they did a thing called Ballet for Martha, which was really just kind of a retelling of Appalachian Spring, which is a ballet from the 30s. So I encourage you to go out there, come up with the craziest things you can think of. I think the example I give all the time is that I had a little girl when she was in the 9th grade design a show around Adele's Chasing Pavements. And the pavement she was chasing was the yellow brick road. So she did a Wizard of Oz show. Chasing Pavements is the yellow brick road. So it was an interesting mix of ideas, stupid creative, and I actually gave that to Dorman High School, and I think their JV guard did it on the show. So go crazy. Brainstorm, write down as many. There's no such thing as a dumb idea when you're brainstorming. Write down everything you can possibly think of musically and visually, and you never know when you might just strike upon something that's really, really cool. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with.